If I was starting over in real estate, what would I do?
Hey, that's a great one. Today on the Wandering But Not Lost podcast.
Welcome to the WBNL podcast, your online source for finding balance, where you can align, connect, and prosper. And now your hosts, Jan O'Brien and Matt Emerson.
Welcome to the Wandering But Not Lost podcast, where real estate and reality meet. This is episode 173. You can find all of our show notes over at WBNLpodcast.com. John O'Brien, I love this topic. It's going to be great to talk about this because you know what? Everybody secretly wishes that they could probably start over and do things just a little bit different in the beginning. So I can't wait to talk about this.
Well, and honestly, here's the thing. I am starting over. Yes, I do have 29 plus years of experience, but it is scary to start over in a new community when you don't know really that many people. You don't know the market. So I'm doing this from the point of view if I was to go back in time. And I'm going to share things I'm actually doing. Exactly. But if I was to start over again and I could tell my current self could tell my old self what to do based on what's changed in real estate. Some things don't change, but many things have changed, in specifically the fact that the consumer is in charge and the way you do business has changed. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to share 8 ideas, 8 topics that if I was telling my former self, my new real estate agent self, this is the advice I'd give that person. So if you're new in the business, this is really great advice for you. If you are wanting to just restart your business, okay, just think of it that way. You've been in the business for a little while and you need to change lanes and get clear about what you need to do to be successful in the business now. This video is for you too. This podcast is all for you.
Jan O'Brien, before we jump in, I'm loving your Align, Connect, Prosper shirt.
Yeah, so you could grab some of this great gear over at the WBNLpodcast.com shop, right? Check it out. I went and got some new stuff. Matt designed. I'm all about trees. I'm actually using a tree logo very much like this tree, or a cooler tree for the team here in North Tampa.
That tree just makes you relax and makes you kind of think about your roots, right? So
yes. It's perfect for today. We are talking about setting up your roots or maybe replanting the tree, kicking out the old one and replant a tree. That's what we're going to do today.
Sometimes you got to get in and do a little re-landscaping.
Correct. And it's exciting.
You're listening to the WBNL podcast. Subscribe and give us a review on any of your favorite podcast platforms. And don't forget to visit us at WBNLcoaching.com, where you'll gain access to all of our online courses and real estate agent freebies. We're always adding new materials, so subscribe to our newsletter and stay ahead of the game.
What's the first thing that I would do if I was starting over in real estate? Here it is. The very first thing that I would get is the mindset shift to, and I would affirm this mantra daily: I am a real estate business owner. You know, and if you listen to us here on the podcast, you hear us talking about this all the time. No one really told me this in the beginning, that you are a business owner. It was all about sales and being salesy and scripts. And here's the way you do real estate. This is the way we've been doing it for years. And honestly, developing over the years the way that I coach and train people, you know, we've embraced this concept of you are a business owner, you're an entrepreneur that has decided to get a real estate license, and then how you partner and who you partner with and how you get trained, all of those are the decisions that you have to make that are going to impact how things go for you. But when you really get that you're a business owner, truly, like if we were just to go open up a sandwich shop or anything else, we would have to think differently. And that is the biggest thing here, because if I was doing it over, I would be doing things differently. And that's what we're going to talk about. So you are a business owner. I'm a business owner, even if you don't own the real estate company. And frankly, it's smarter to not own the real estate business because we've been there, done that. Be in a company that supports you and has everything that you need so you can go do the parts that you love, right?
You know, it's interesting because we've been saying this or asking this question now for years. You've been doing it even before we started WBNL. And so for 6 years, we've been listening to people answer this question. And it is always the same few answers that they have. But it's fun to see the light bulb go off in people's heads. Because it is, you have to be more strategic when you think of it that way. You're not just chasing the next transaction.
Sorry, and what this means, Matt, is it's the E-Myth Revisited. That's the best small business book. It's on the top of our reading list. We'll put a link to it in the show notes, actually. And it is one to listen to if you don't like to read. I've listened to it so many times, but the bottom line is it's how to work on and in the business. Now, what everyone does is work in the business, and they never get around to working on the business, which means your business systems and how you're running things financially and how you actually are treating your business as a true business and not just a bunch of sales and no structure. So, check that resource out. All right, the second important non-negotiable piece of advice I would give myself, I'm giving anyone else out there, is you must commit to 1 to 2 hours of lead gen and follow up 5 days a week. This is the biggest issue for everyone, including me, as I'm getting started in a new area. Guess what? It's very easy to fall into the trap of, well, I have to go build a website, then I have to go do this. And I'm doing all those things, by the way. And you do need all those things. But honestly, those things are all wonderful. But if you don't actually have people to work with, then you'll be out of business in several months, right? So this is just building a habit that every day you're following up with leads. I do this pretty well with my coaching business, but I'm switching gears now and starting a new business in North Tampa here, right in the Wesley Chapel area. And the commitment I'm making to myself right now, and you know how I always like to go publicly here and talk in our podcast about stuff I know I need to do. And this is the number one thing I need to do. And it's to basically go do the things that I know are going to generate leads and then do the follow-up, which, even if I don't have my CRM 100% all dialed in, could I still get a lead and talk to someone or hold an open house or run an ad and then have a conversation with someone? Yes. Okay. So this has got to be the thing that you do at least 5 days a week, and it can come in a lot of different methods, right? It doesn't have to be, it's not cold calling. I don't believe you have to sit and make cold calls. It's basically working the activities and then following up with your sphere of influence, reaching out and checking in with them, and then 100% following up with leads that you came into contact with 3 or 4 months ago that might want to buy or sell. But it could be new lead gen activities, going to a networking event. It could be holding an open house several days a week. Get yourself out in front of people. That is the most important thing. After that mindset shift that we just talked about, that you're a business owner, this is the most important thing right here.
You know what's interesting? I think for a lot of people that are just getting into the real estate business, it is the best time to prospect because you have usually you've just come from someplace else. Right? That's not real estate. So
True.
you have a pool that you are more closely connected to than you will be 2 years down the line when you think, gosh, I should have talked to all the people at my old job, right? So don't forget those people because you know them already. Put them into your pipeline.
And we know what the problem is. I had the same problem, and we talked to so many new agents.
Yep.
Everyone is afraid to talk to people that you know because you're worried that A, you're going to bother them. B, what if they ask me a question I don't know the answer to? And here's the thing. You have to get comfortable feeling uncomfortable. That's the only way to do real estate.
Absolutely.
Real estate sales. You have to be uncomfortable with it, and you're not bothering them. And then some of the other things that we're going to go over here, if you're also working on these other things, you're going to get that confidence that you know that you can jump in and have a conversation with someone, especially if you're like working in a team environment or you're in a company that supports you. You have a team. You can take the team approach. I have all these experts around me to help you. Okay. Let's move on to number 3. The number 3 thing I would tell myself, I wish I knew when I would first had gotten started in the business, was how important it was to choose a niche or a niche, choose a specialty, become a specialist in the business. Think other professionals, particularly doctors and attorneys, right? They're not generalists. The specialists are the ones that people want to go to and speak to. And I think in the beginning, you think, well, I don't want to lose any business. And here's the beautiful thing. When you pick your lane, when you choose what that is, and that can be a demographic, it can be a type of home, it could be a neighborhood, it could be a city, it could be a lot of things, right? It could be you want to just work with first-time home buyers. You want to specialize in that. What you're doing is focusing all your energy and your marketing into that specialty, and you will attract other people as well. So if you try to be all things to all people, you're scattered, you're not focused, and you're all over the place, and your business is chaotic, right? So we're here as I get things going here, I have decided, I was going in a couple different directions. I could really target, and I think I will move to this second one as a secondary thing. But right now, Where I'm living in Wesley Chapel and the areas surrounding me is nothing but new homes and new homes for the next 5 years. And becoming an expert in all those things is where I'm starting. And I want to focus on all my marketing efforts into finding people that want to look at new homes. Now, what's going to come from that? I don't want a new home. It's too expensive. Well, or I have to sell a home first, then I want that new home, or I want to be able to go, they can switch to other things. But if I just put all my energies into understanding that market and go after that and use the targeted ideas that we share here on our channel, in our podcast, and in all of our coaching and training, then you'll attract the right people. So I wish I had known that. I didn't. Not until later in my career did I realize how important it was to specialize.
Are most of the builders in your area cooperating?
Yes, 100%. And even though the market's changed, a few of them have changed it. Like we're going to do less. But honestly, as soon as the market shifts, and it will, they'll be right back to, hey, realtors, please bring all your people. So go for the long game. Okay. And the long game is, new homes are kind of fun. They're fun to go look at and video and talk to people about. And they're not a difficult sale, to be honest. Okay.
No, it's awesome.
So, and from there, the secondary one for me is military and veterans. And I really am interested. So the whole thing, without getting it, we have other podcasts on niche and finding your lane. We'll be doing more videos on this, but just two key things here. One, you have to like it. Okay. You have to really like it. You don't pick something because you think it's going to help you sell. You have to be involved in it and passionate about it. Like you really get fired up when you're talking about it. And then you have to commit to all the activities and things that you need to do to even get better at that specialty, which means training and other things that you need to do. Okay. So find your lane.
And while we're talking about that, Jan, you want to talk a little bit about Cosmo's video? Because our partner, Cosmo Morabi, just did a video on this very topic, right? About starting out and doing new things. And we'll put a link to his video in our show notes as well.
It's excellent. It's called Top Advice for New Real Estate Agents in 2021, What New Realtors Need to Know About Marketing. And, even though we're focusing on helping new and newer people right now, trust me, if you just need to get back on track and revitalize your way you do business, I don't care how long you've been in the business, you're going to benefit from the types of videos we're putting out on YouTube right now, because it is about like rebooting your business. And if you're new, doing it the right way. Don't wait for 20 years to figure out what's the right way to do your business.
Yeah, exactly.
Or 15 years or 5 years. Get it right now for what is working right now in today's market. Let's move on to number 4, which brings me right into 100% what I think is the only way. As a matter of fact, we're putting a workshop on this very topic, how to be the agent of choice is what we're calling it, which is basically become the local market and industry expert. Now, we've talked on this topic a lot here in the podcast, but honestly, this is just becoming a student of the area. And again, your specialty. So if you're in a big, huge city, maybe you're hyper local, you're down to a few neighborhoods that you work, or a type of property, maybe your beachfront homes or whatever it is, because it's a lifestyle thing. It's a demographic. It's a type of person. No, how do you do it? You have to get up every day and go look at the inventory. You have to look online. You have to just basically think like you're starting something that you don't know, and you must research it, and you must take some classes and training on it, and be doing it every single day. Because if you can beat, listen, new agents, you can beat seasoned pros in some cases. Definitely the folks that have been in the business 3 or 4 or 5 years who aren't good at this, who can't talk about what's happening in the market, that are just going on their experience alone. Experience obviously is going to help you have confidence, but this is how you can beat out the competition. And then you can do it by committing to doing videos and things like that. And we're going to talk about that too. But this is so important. Be hyperlocal. The big thing I've learned is when I first got in the business, I was into blogging, and I was understanding, I had learned a lot of stuff 20 something years ago about how to show up in the search engines. I had back when we had the foreclosure crisis some 13, 14 years ago, I had a partner, and we were killing it on our blog because we were writing content about foreclosures and short sales and list of homes. And this is how we generated all our business. Well, we could come up in the search engines for just keywords, just for some of our blog posts. You can't do that now. It's really hard to come up and be competitive for things like, Tampa real estate, Tampa homes for sale, Las Vegas homes for sale, because anytime somebody searches for key cities, what comes up is Zillow, Realtor.com, right. Homes, and other big real estate portals, Redfin. You cannot rank for that. So where you can compete with the big guys is being hyper-local and doing your research. And we teach all of this in our courses. As a matter of fact, we have a new course coming that Cosmo's done on how to do YouTube for real estate. And he digs deep into using the tools like TubeBuddy, keywords everywhere to go find out what people are looking for and how do you, when you choose your specialty, how do you go do the homework so that you can produce the content that everyday people are looking for. You have to go put some research behind it. And it's easy to do. It's really not that difficult to do. I was doing the same thing years ago. Now there's more tools to do it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So this is huge. And honestly, this is exactly what I've had to do here. When we first moved here, we were continually, I've switched my focus to work on real estate things here locally recently because we were really working on all these training courses that we've just done and are out. So now what have I been doing? Studying the market, learning the trends, getting out and looking at the new homes, driving around the neighborhood so I can speak to that. I could do that in my sleep in Vegas after 20 something years, but it's new here. It hasn't taken long to get comfortable, but I've had to put the effort into it. So that is huge. So whether you're moving to a new city like I am, or you're just getting started in the business, you got to put your focus on the local market and becoming the industry, meaning you understand real estate, all the ins and outs of it and so forth. Let's move on to number 5, which is dominate on one primary social media platform. Now, this doesn't mean that you don't also use the others. You just choose your lane, your channel, choose your channel of choice. Again, go check out Cosmo's video. He talks about he's only like 3+ years in the business, and he talks about his experience of how he got business going and what worked for him and what he was good at and how he got business off of Instagram.
That's a feat.
Right? Mm-hmm. It was really great. And then he decided as he learned more that video is where it's at. And he is now a YouTube person, and he is helping our team. He and John and Katie and our other 2 members are going to get into the video. It's hard for some people. We have 2 20+ year veterans who are now committed to doing videos in their areas. Okay, everybody on our team out there specializes in a certain area of the valley. So we have somebody who specializes in Pahrump and even Boulder City, the Summerlin communities and the communities of the Northwest, the Green Valley, Henderson area. And in 3 to 4 short months, they're already getting massive views on their videos that they're doing, following all of that. And that's what we're about to start doing out here. And so we're choosing YouTube because video is everything. And then from there, you can take that content and put it out on other channels. It can become snippets for Instagram, even Twitter, LinkedIn, and so forth, so that you can catch people on other channels, but you cannot dominate on all of them. There's not enough time in the day. So you choose a platform for a couple reasons. One, where are your clients? Where is your perfect client? What channel do they use? And what's kind of different in my mind is YouTube and the other social media platforms. It's so interesting. They all have a different, unique thing. People don't go to Facebook to search 10 things to do in Wesley Chapel, but they definitely go to YouTube to find that. And that's why I feel like YouTube is the place to go. That's why we're doing it. But there are so many people killing it on TikTok, for God's sake. TikTok, that is for unique personality, video only, short video, that you have a personality for it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying if that's going to be your thing, then you got to do it all the time. Same for Instagram, Facebook. It's still video. It's shorter. It's reels. It's stories. Okay. So more on that one. But choose a primary platform and then become the expert in it by training and learning. And we have training on LinkedIn. We are about to launch our YouTube for Realtors. And in fact, we have a free course on online media. Online presence and social media. That walks through a little bit about this. So make sure you go to the show notes and check out and get some of our free training. All right. What's our next number? Okay. Gosh, this is so powerful. I wish I had known this. This is number 6. Set up my online presence and get client reviews. This is huge. I'm doing this right now. I'm waiting on my Google My Business card to come back. I'm bothering my broker every other day. Did that card come in yet? And it still has not come in yet. So I might have to ask for it to be sent again. And then I'm going to go get everyone I know to vouch for me on Google. So even my clients from Vegas, I'm going to have them do it on Google here. And if I was starting out new, I would set up all my profiles, Zillow, Realtor.com, Google, LinkedIn, and on my Facebook page. Those are the 5 key ones. Then, of course, you can put them on your website. And if you want to use Yelp, because people use Yelp. You can go there as well. But get those profiles up and then get people to review you. Okay. Even if you're just helping people with rentals, some of them will allow you to do that. If you started working with somebody and it hasn't consummated into a sale yet, Zillow will definitely let you do that. But I would focus on Google and I would have this done. I'm doing this right now. I still have to set up my Zillow and Realtor.com profile. You can't be a secret agent. People are going to check you out. And yes, you're new. I'm new here and I don't have any reviews. I just told you what I was going to do. I'm going to use my reviews from my other city. But if I was brand new, I would just go for it. I'd have a great presence. And then I would get the first person I work with to help me and give me a review. Okay. And don't worry if there's negative reviews, you can deal with that. There's some negative people that are out there. Just like if you're going to be online, YouTube especially, there's a lot of trolls. There's a lot of people that get into like hating on you. So, you know the saying, haters are going to hate. And, you know, you don't worry about it. You just ignore that. And you can block people from posting on your channel and stuff as well. All right. So do that one if you're not doing it. Number 7, master and use these 3 specific tools. 100% have to do this. 1, master your damn CRM. I knew you were going to put that up there for us, Matt. You have to master your damn CRM. I mean, it's crazy how many people do not get this, okay? Yeah. And they have one. You have a free one from your company. You don't even have to go out and spend any money either in your company or your local association. I will 100% guarantee there is a free CRM for you. Okay, I know it. Just call me if it's not true. Okay, I want to know because I bet I could help you find the free one. And you got to use it. It is your foundation for your business. It is your virtual assistant. But if you don't use it every single day, then you're just going to be dropping the ball. You can't. You need to. Nobody can remember when am I supposed to call the person that I talked to 2 months ago at an open house. Freaking master your CRM. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2,
doesn't have to be a chore. It's just a chore in the beginning, setting it up.
It is. It's not hard. And once you learn one, I'm about to go learn a whole new one, okay, called Go High Level for our company in Fidacity. And it's like already dove into it. I watched a couple of videos and everything I know from all the other ones I do, it's all the same. In fact, I love some of the things that are in this. You just have to take the time. Website, you have to have an IDX website. Why? Because you want to get people off of the Zillow and the Realtor.com. People love Zillow. Let me ask my sister, who's in the room here with me, who looks at Zillow every single day. Can't get her off of Zillow because she loves it and she's used to it. And so do, 80 million other people, or maybe it's more than that now, 100, however many million people go to Zillow every single day. But you know what? They don't always go with the agents that are on Zillow, which is a good thing. And that's the point. You need to get them off. If you start reaching out to someone and you find that they're on Zillow, you have to have a beautiful experience for them to search on and get them off of there, where sometimes there's misinformation on Zillow. And honestly, Zillow's moving in such a direction right now that I think that, it's this whole idea of if you're the local expert, you'll convince people to work with you over just picking the person that is buying the lead on Zillow. And that is
1.8 million people daily.
Oh my God, that's just nuts.
There you go.
Okay. But so you have to deal with it. They're going to be on Zillow or Realtor.com, or some people like Redfin is the other one I seem to see a lot of. But you have to compete. So you need to get them off of there and get them on your site and having a great experience. Okay. So currently we're using KB Core, but I'm really loving this new site called Agent Fire. It's allowing me to have a local website. We'll tell you more about that in upcoming episodes. And the last tool you need is a search app. You need to be, people love, they can search on their mobile on your website, but it's a totally different experience. Right. Giving someone an app that they can drive around and just click the button and it'll tell them what the price is and the photos, and they can connect with you. Everything that's in your MLS. Now again, I promise you, if you go to your MLS, I bet you have a free one, or you have a free one from your company. I have 2 options right now in Florida. I have something, HomeSnap is something that we get through our dues. And I just noticed the local MLS here, Stellar, is getting the app I have always liked, which I have in Nevada, called MLS Touch. And you can use it when you're in the field looking up properties, and then you can do a version where you share it with the client and they can see all the properties as well. Very cool tool. So you got to use those 3 tools. All right. That brings us to, I believe, number 8, our last tip. Invest in great training and coaching. If you're new to real estate, I know a lot of you choose a company where you can get great training, and I agree with that. You've got to know, you have to know, what it is you don't know. Does that make sense? Because that's what was my biggest fear. I chose a company. I only interviewed with 3 companies that I'd heard of, and I was all about their training. Now, what I will tell you is you cannot have the getting ready to get ready syndrome, which is once I learn everything about real estate, then I'll go out and start doing, meeting people. So you need to do both. You have to find that balance of getting some training and getting out there and doing the things that we were talking about. Remember number 2 today, which was lead generate, right? So we have personally invested in, I thought I had invested a lot of training over the years, but I think Cosmo has me beat on this one. We personally have invested our time and money into coaching. I've gone through coaching programs. I was coached by Brian Buffini, best experience for me, the Brian Buffini folks. In fact, my coach, Mark, is now a successful broker. He's opened up his own company in San Francisco. I love it. He gave me some great advice as a broker and as an agent years ago. So training and coaching, you've got to always be learning, right? And there's always things changing. And so with that, we're a training and coaching company. And in our show notes today, we have revamped. We're in the process of revamping our site. We've updated our store. We have some new free training courses for you to give us a try. Everything from business planning to fundamentals to social media and online presence to introduction to team building. And then we have 2 new courses that are ready right now. One's called Real Estate Sales Builder. And then we have LinkedIn for Real Estate. Cosmo will be launching the YouTube for Real Estate probably in the next week or 2. It's done. We just need to get it all up in the store. And it's exciting, right? So do we have a deal for anybody today? Matt, do you have anything? Are we offering our loyal podcast listeners and those that find us on YouTube a special deal?
If you caught us last week on the podcast and went to the show notes, you'll notice that we are giving you a 50% off our new signature course, Real Estate Sales Builder, if you use the coupon code THRIVE at checkout.
Okay, there it is. So you heard it here. We're not giving that deep 50% discount anywhere else, only to people who are following us that are in our if you go take one of our free courses, you'll get on our weekly subscriber list where we actually do send a newsletter out each week that just tells you like what's the newest video we put up. I mean, we're in gear now to have 2 to 3 new video content plus this podcast. Actually, gosh darn it, we're gonna have at least 3 pieces of content weekly. Probably 4, because Matt's doing a video, I am, Cosmo, and then we're doing the podcast. So look, we're going to be bringing you so much free content, and then know that you can come and get even free training. And then, of course, we do have programs for you that put it all together, and it's like we're coaching you through the process. So go take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
Thrive.
You can find all of that information over at our website, WBNLcoaching.com/store is where you can actually sign up for those free courses.
And Thrive is just good for Real Estate Sales Builder right now, right?
That's right. That is
50% off. What's the price on that? Where you have it listed for $397?
$397 is the retail price of that.
Less than $200, you're going to get 12 modules of everything you need to do in the real estate. Frankly, we wrote that course 100% for people who were getting started so they would go down the right path. And it's the details, how to work with sellers and how to work with buyers, how to hold an effective open house. I don't get into the paperwork, obviously, but we get into everything you would need to know will work in any state or province. And then all the way through social media, all of it, to setting it up like running like a business. So you'll see these same themes, and it's designed for new and newer people, but it's designed for anybody because frankly,
because
everyone needs structure. And most people that I have coached over the years are killing it in sales, but they reach out because they don't have the systems in place. They're not running their business as a true business. So there you go.
Because a lot of them are thinking to themselves, well, what would I do differently if I would start over? So this is your place to go and build your foundation right from the very beginning. I don't want to intimidate you, but there are 119 videos in this particular course, a sales builder course. The reason why there are so many in there is because they're digestible. We have all these 12 modules broken down into 5 to 10 to 11 minute videos. So you can watch a little bit, learn a little bit, do your action items, get your a good grasp of what the concept is, and then move on. So this course was really built with the agent in mind.
And it has everything you need. If you know us, we give you all of our materials. We give you our checklist. We give you our scripts, dialogues, our strategies. You take our stuff and make it yours. So it's well worth the right now, $200.
And that means actually, make sure you have enough memory space on your computer, because that's over 100 downloadable documents and checklists.
But you have lifetime access to the program too, so it's not going anywhere. It's not like one of these things. And if we add things as things change, in fact, we even put some bonus material in there on mindset and productivity. We'll be adding more content to it, so it's all good. All right, Matt,
if you want to get
a
little test drive of our real estate sales builder course, though, you can download one of our other free courses like we talked about. We have a free business plan course in there that really virtually is taking a section of our sales builder course, so you can learn about the business planning process and get a little feel of how we train and what we're all about. So that's a little ease into sales builder if you want to check us out first.
All right, that's it, folks. So if I was starting over, I just shared with you not only what I would do, what I am doing, because I am starting over.
Boots on the ground. That's the best thing. All right, everyone. Get up, get out. Be
Mask
safe.
up still.
Yeah, it looks like we might have to start doing that a little bit more again. In some states, anyway. In some states. And be forever wandering, but not lost.